Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling mentally heavy for no clear reason? Maybe you think it's because of poor sleep. But perhaps the problem actually lies in the pills you took before going to bed. Let me tell you a story. One spring morning last year, I got a call from an emergency colleague. A 73-year-old lady living alone in Texas. She didn't wake up from her sleep the night before. When her son came to visit, she was still lying there as if asleep. Only difference was, she had stopped breathing. No struggling, no sounds, just a chilling silence. I still remember the worried look in her son's eyes. He said, "My mom was very healthy, how could this happen?" But when the medical records were sent to me, I couldn't believe my eyes. No clear underlying diseases. No diabetes, no hypertension, no heart disease history. Only 3 things were found on her bedside table: a bottle of arthritis medication taken every night, a mild herbal supplement made from valerian root, and an allergy pill she often took on windy nights. All 3 are common medications you can find at any pharmacy. No prescription needed, no strong warnings. What shocked me wasn't the medications themselves. I used to think over-the-counter drugs were harmless. I used to think older adults are safe as long as they take the right dose. But the brain doesn't operate like a math formula. Especially a brain that's already weakened. Those 3 pills were like 3 fingers accidentally flipping a switch that couldn't be turned back on the next morning. I'm a neurologist with over 20 years treating stroke survivors, and also those who were less fortunate. I'm sharing this not to scare you, but to help you realize a simple truth: sometimes the most dangerous things aren't what we fear, but what we're so used to we stop questioning. At the end of this video, I will clearly explain which groups of medications are often mixed incorrectly at night, a very simple tip to help you sleep well without harming your brain, and most importantly, how to know if your sleep is truly healthy. But first, I want you to take a closer look with me at the bedtime habits that many people repeat every night without even realizing it. She wasn't the only case that made me rethink all assumptions about sleep. I started paying attention to older patients who came to the clinic in the morning with the same symptoms: fatigue, dizziness, mild confusion, or feeling like they slept but didn't rest. They usually couldn't clearly remember what happened overnight, but when I asked carefully, most had taken at least 2 medications before bedtime. One person combined joint supplements with allergy meds, another took a brain supplement plus an herbal sleep aid. I met a 68-year-old male patient in New York, a retired gym teacher. He shared that lately, every morning he woke up feeling unsteady, needing to hold onto the wall to get to the bathroom. He thought it might be age or an unbalanced diet. I asked if he took any medication before bed, and he listed 3: a calcium supplement with vitamin D, a memory support pill containing ginkgo extract, and an allergy pill because he often had a stuffy nose at night. All 3 were familiar products, not strong medications, but I noticed a potential danger. They all mildly affect the nervous system. And if taken at the moment the brain is preparing for sleep, they can disrupt the area that regulates circadian rhythm. Instead of helping deeper sleep, they cause the brain to enter an unstable inhibited state. He might sleep but not get enough oxygen. He might sleep but fail to regulate blood pressure evenly through the night. I told him to stop one of those 3 meds for 5 days and only use it when truly necessary. After a week, he returned and said the morning dizziness almost disappeared. I smiled gently, feeling lighter inside too. Perhaps the happiest moment for a doctor is seeing a patient regain trust in their own body. No surgery needed, no new drugs, just understanding oneself better. He still slept, but now his sleep felt more real, deeper, without chaotic dreams. That's when I realized many people mix medications not because they're wrong, but because they trust each pill individually. They believe that if each pill is beneficial alone, combining them must be even better. But the brain doesn't work like a simple sum. It needs rhythm, stability, and especially time to recover every night. If you're taking multiple medications or supplements before bed, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself if they really need to be taken all at once, and whether any interactions you don't know about might be occurring. Because sometimes, that very combination is why you wake up the next morning feeling unlike yourself. In the next part, I will explain more about how the brain operates at night, and why even a small mistake in medication type or timing can turn sleep into a risky journey for older adults. You might be wondering how such tiny pills can impact the brain so much. To understand this, we need to look at how the brain functions during sleep, especially in older people. When you fall asleep, your body doesn't completely shut down. On the contrary, many organs including the brain keep working but at a different pace. Blood pressure drops, heart rate slows, breathing becomes deeper and more regular. At this time, the brain enters a phase of rebuilding neural connections, clearing toxins accumulated during the day, and regulating memory and emotional centers. But in older adults, all these processes happen slower, weaker, and are more easily interrupted. The blood vessels in the brain are like small streams winding through hills and mountains. If blood flow suddenly decreases due to low blood pressure or suppression from medication, some brain areas won't get enough nourishment and begin to malfunction. I once treated a 70-year-old female patient in California who often woke up at night without clear reason. After many visits, she revealed she usually took allergy medication at night for nasal congestion, along with a mild herbal sleep aid and a magnesium supplement. All three tend to relax muscles and calm the nervous system. Taken individually, they might be fine, but combined, they caused her blood pressure to dip slightly overnight. Her autonomic nervous system had to work harder to maintain balance, making her easily startled or waking up with feelings of restlessness and discomfort. When I explained this, she was silent for a moment, then said, "I thought sleep meant the brain was resting, but it turns out I was making it suffer every night." I never forgot that sentence because it hit exactly what many people misunderstand about sleep. They think just sleeping is enough but overlook that sleep quality determines long-term brain health. Natural sleep follows a stable rhythm through gentle stages. But when we introduce too many interfering factors, especially medications affecting the nervous system, the brain no longer follows its natural circadian rhythm. It becomes skewed, disordered, sometimes slipping into a false inhibited state that looks like sleep externally but isn't restorative internally. And the next morning you wake up feeling heavy-headed, dry-mouthed, with a slightly fast heartbeat, or you might think you're suffering from insomnia, but in reality, your brain hasn't had enough time to properly recover. If that happens once, your body can usually rebalance itself. But if it repeats week after week, month after month, you're creating a silent disorder that can lead to bigger problems like memory decline, mini strokes, and cognitive impairment. So the first thing I want you to remember is that sleep isn't just about turning off the lights completely. Sleep is a complex system that needs to be protected, not blindly interfered with. Right now, I'm going to explain a common mistake many people make when choosing medications before bed. They think they're caring for their brain, but unintentionally, they're causing deeper damage day by day. I've seen many patients come to the clinic carrying small bags of pills. Not prescription drugs, but brain supplements, blood boosters, sleep aids bought from pharmacies or advertised online. They carry these with genuine trust that these pills are helping prevent aging and protect memory. One 82-year-old woman from Seattle showed me 6 different capsules she took every night before sleep: omega-3 supplements, melatonin sleep aids, antioxidants, iron supplements, multivitamins, and a herbal sleep pill containing purple chrysanthemum. I asked her who prescribed those to her. She said no one prescribed them, they were recommendations from friends and things she read online. Looking at that list made my heart sink. Not because each individual one is harmful, but because their combination forms a complicated matrix that even doctors sometimes can't fully predict. Among them, at least 3 can interact in slow brain waves, preventing sleep from entering normal deep phases. Some ingredients, when accumulated long-term, can impair the body's ability to regulate temperature at night, leading to sensory disturbances and increasing the risk of nightmares and abnormal awakenings. I asked her if she felt healthier after taking those pills. She was silent for a moment, then said honestly that she wasn't sure because she still often felt tired upon waking, had mild headaches, and had to lie in bed for a long time before she could get up. I gently told her that what she was doing wasn't caring for her brain but rather forcing it to process too many signals at once. It's like asking a machine that needs rest to run 4 programs simultaneously and then expecting it to work smoothly the next morning. Caring for your brain isn't about the number of pills you take. It's about understanding your own biological rhythms and knowing when to support and when to let your body recover naturally. I advised her to gradually reduce unnecessary supplements, starting with the herbal sleep aid. After 3 weeks, she returned with a brighter voice, more lively eyes, and said something so soft yet memorable. At that moment, I no longer saw her as a patient. I saw her as a strong woman stepping out of the maze of habits. Small steps, but truly the first steps toward living a healthy and proactive life. She said, "I think I've been overworking my brain for too long. Now letting it rest a bit feels like the right thing to do." That simple sentence was a wake-up call for me. I realized many people love their bodies in ways that unintentionally tire them more. And I share this with you for the same reason. If you're taking multiple medications or supplements before bed, I'm not telling you to stop all of them. I just want you to pause and ask yourself which ones are truly necessary and which might be adding unknown burdens to your brain. Right now, I'm going to guide you through simple principles to sleep better without relying on medication. And how to let your brain truly rest, instead of forcing it to shut down every night. I believe if you've listened this far, you genuinely want to understand and care for your brain the right way. And it doesn't require a big change, just 3 small steps every night is enough to start a new journey with your own sleep. The first step is to clarify the real purpose of each medication you are taking. Not every pill is necessary every night. Some are for a course, others only when truly needed. I often advise patients to write down the name of each medication, the time they take it, who recommended it, and how they feel each morning after taking it. This is like drawing a sleep map for yourself. After a week, you'll see patterns clearly. The second step is to limit the number of nervous system medications taken on the same night. If you are taking an allergy pill, avoid using herbal sleep aids at the same time. If you are taking nerve supplements, avoid strong sedative teas. This overlap can overly depress your brain, causing sleep without true restoration. The third step is to replace some medications with gentle relaxation habits if possible. You don't need to change everything, just pick an easy habit like soaking your feet in warm water before bed, taking 5 deep breaths, or writing a few lines in a journal before sleeping. These actions send a signal to your brain that you're preparing to rest, which is the most natural way to ease into deep sleep. I had a patient in Arizona who took 2 sleeping pills every night for almost a year. After understanding how those drugs affect brain circulation, he tried soaking his feet in warm salt water every night, and placing his hands on his belly while breathing slowly for 2 minutes. Exactly 1 month later, he told me it was the first time in years he could sleep without taking any pills. Not everyone can stop medication immediately, but anyone can start with a small healthy habit and keep it consistent so their body can rebuild its own natural rhythm. If you once thought medication was the only solution for sleep, I hope starting today you will see, there are many gentler, more sustainable, and especially safer ways for the brain that has been with you for decades. Next, I want to share a story about a woman who once believed medication was the only way to keep her sleep. But she ended up proving that just a small adjustment was enough to regain peaceful nights and to feel gently alert every morning. Her name is Clara, 76 years old, living with her granddaughter in a rural area near San Diego. She never thought she was dependent on medication until one day she woke up feeling dizzy, unable to stand steadily, and had to lie down for the whole morning. When she came to see me, there were no clear signs of heart or blood pressure problems. All tests came back normal. But I suspected something happened while she was sleeping. I asked about her evening routine. She was honest. I take a sleeping pill, then a joint supplement, and also magnesium because I heard it helps relax the nerves. She said she just wanted to be sure she could sleep. I understood that feeling well because I've seen it in hundreds of others. I gently told her that maybe it was the combination of those three things that caused her brain to sink deeper than necessary during sleep. And when the brain doesn't get enough oxygen through the night, she woke up feeling not tired but disoriented. I didn't ask her to stop all medications right away. I just suggested she change the order and gradually reduce them. Starting by dropping the magnesium, and noting how she felt each morning. She also began a slow breathing exercise each night, just 5 inhales and 5 exhales over 3 minutes, very simple. 2 weeks later she returned with a brighter face, steadier voice, and clearer eyes. She said, "My daughter says I'm more alert, less irritable on waking." She herself was surprised that some nights she slept well without sleeping pills. A month later she told me, "I didn't think I could do it, Doc. I've lived for years relying on meds, but now I sleep more gently. I'm no longer afraid of sleep." I left the clinic that day with a strange feeling, not pride, but gratitude. Grateful to witness a woman step past the greatest fear of her life. Not fear of death, but fear of sleeping without medicine. I can't describe how I felt hearing that. For a neurologist, hearing a patient say they're no longer afraid of sleep is a deep sign of recovery. Sleep isn't a battle to win, but a place to rest and return to yourself. And once patients understand this, they no longer need pushing, they want to keep that peace every night. If you're listening now and have ever feared sleeplessness without meds, I want you to know you're not alone. And you can start over with a small change, just like Clara did. Finally, I want to review the most important points so you can apply them tonight. If you've stayed with me this far, I know you truly care about your health, not just with medicine, but with understanding and respect for your body daily. And that's the most important thing in any healing journey. We've revisited a habit many do each night, mixing medications or supplements hoping for better sleep. But sleep can't be forced, it comes from safety and stability inside you. I want you to remember 3 simple things starting today. First, never mix multiple meds that affect the nervous system at the same time. Second, if you take meds before bed, write down the name, time, and how you feel in the morning. Third, try replacing one pill with a gentle relaxation habit like deep breathing or soaking feet in warm water. Just those 3 things, done consistently, will bring clear change not just in sleep, but in alertness, emotions, and daily spirit. And know this, you're not alone on this journey. Thousands of older adults quietly seek healthier, more natural sleep. If you once had a habit before bed that you now see doesn't fit, please share in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please follow to not miss future shares. I'll keep telling you true stories, common misunderstandings, and simple ways that deeply improve your quality of life. Next week I'll share about a vitamin many take daily for memory support, but taken at night it can disrupt sleep and increase stroke risk. You won't want to miss that. Thank you for listening, not just with your ears, but with the heart of someone who wants to live healthier, more peaceful, and more in control every day.